Hello and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program Operation Lathe. We are here in the Vehicle Assembly Building. I'm Southern Wolverine, and we are about to send... Get out of there, Jeb. About to send Bob. We're about to send Bob to the moon. Fingers crossed. Now this is actually... I should have renamed this. This is actually the Moonlander 2. We are still going for fame and science and, of course, money. But what I have done is I have reduced the weight of the upper stage. I had an extra half tank here, which I have taken out. I took this from a normal size tank to a half size tank on the lander. So that should be able to make it. I hope we'll have enough fuel to come back. We'll see. It should be all fairly lightweight, so hopefully we'll be able to do that still. The lower stage I have completely changed around. It is a little bit shorter than it used to be to lighten things up. I've left the solid rocket boosters on, which were problematic last time, but this should be a lot more stable, structurally speaking, because I've used the structural struts instead of the disconnects to attach these in. Now that means I can't drop them, so they are all going to fire at the same time. And actually, you know what, now that I think of it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the gimbaling engines on all of these. Since with 4 of them, I should not need as much thrust, and because we have different fuel consumption rates for the 2 rockets. For the 2 engines, rather. So, even though their specific impulse is the same, because their thrust rating is the same, I believe that means that this will actually draw fuel faster. So we want to keep them all the same. That should also mean this will be a lot easier to control during the lift portion. So we're just going to go for it. I will caveat this. I have not, in fact, tested this vehicle. Jebediah. Ooh, wait, that looked a little bit floppy in there. Maybe that's not as strong as I expected. But in any case, I have to revert the flight back to the vehicle assembly building to get Jebediah back out of the damn capsule. And another thought just occurred to me. I might try something else with the solid boosters. Get out of there, Jeb. Bob is supposed to be going. I'm going to try something. I have not done this in a long time, simply because it's a little ridiculous. But we're going to give it a shot. Like so. It still might be a problem in terms of the structural element here. But we'll see what that does. Now I definitely... Okay, now we want the solid rockets and the disconnects. There should be 5 of. Yeah, okay. And then we're on to these, then that disconnect. Okay, that looks good. So Moonlander 2. Get out of there. Why does that keep changing back to Jeb? I just put Bob in there. You just all watched me do it a second ago. Alright. Bob Kerbin commanding the Moonlander Mark II after the spectacular failure of the Moonlander Mark I. It's alright, you'll be fine, Bob. Actually, he already looked a little nervous there. Okay, let's hope this will stay together in 3, 2, 1, lift off. Okay. No, that was all a terrible idea. That was all a terrible idea. Alright, we're unable to use solid rocket boosters for this function at this time. We simply do not have the structural elements to hold everything together the way we need to. So I'm just going to have to hope that this is going to be enough to get us to the moon. And I gotta be honest, I'm not optimistic looking at this. I feel like we need more boosters, but we're just gonna go for it, and we're gonna drag Jebediah kicking and screaming out of the capsule again. We have to strand him in space somewhere for a while so that he doesn't keep absconding everyone else's missions. You'll get your chances, damn it. Alright, let's try this out. I really need the strut. Even more so than the fuel lines, I need those struts. And I don't know where they are in the tree yet. Alright, so let's launch. Ooh, that even was wobbling a bit. But we're moving well, despite using the lower thrust gimbaling engine, so that's all good news. And if all else fails, if we can at least get into lunar orbit and take some readings, I can get another cash and science bump from that. both from the mission collected science and from the contract reward. So we might do that and not go for a landing yet, which will be sort of like, you know, Apollo's, I forget which was the first one to do a moon orbit, 7 or 8, I forget exactly, but it was one of those. There were a handful of Apollo missions that did moon orbits before they did actual landing, of course, in Apollo 11. So we might end up doing that, because that'll get us some science, which will hopefully get us maybe solar panels, maybe struts, something that will let us more easily build and fly larger, more capable vehicles, and which would not be unlike what actually happened in the early space program. The Mercury missions and the Gemini missions were basically a series. Gemini in particular was a series of missions trying to establish the technology and the procedures for doing basically what we would need to do in the Apollo program. So a lot of things like docking, rendezvous, especially, were all practiced during Gemini, and as well as extending the mission time frame, which was started off on the order of minutes and then hours on Mercury, and then expanded further and further during Gemini to get up to the basically 2 weeks you need for a lunar mission. So that is what we will do. We will do incremental science and expansion of capability as required in order to get there. And that's looking like what we might have to do. This is not looking like it's going to make it very well all the way to the moon. We may not even be able to do moon orbit. We should at least be able to do a moon flyby. Okay, come on, trying to level this out and get to an orbit. Preferably with some of this fuel left. That would be great if we could have some of that left, but it's burning down quickly. Okay, so that is orbital altitude. Let's see if we can get to orbital velocity before we lose that stage. It still could have been more efficient, but that would be in orbit if we can get that much delta V. Not sure we have that much delta V left in this stage. It would be unfortunate. Darn it! Might have to do some of those test part missions or something like that in order to get the necessary science to get this moon mission to go off properly. Let's fast forward to this burn and see if we can't do it. Like I said, a moon flyby would be great in terms of science. Get us lots of, well, maybe not lots of extra stuff, but at least some extra parts to work with. That would make this a little bit easier. Either that or we go really back to basics and just stick a whole bunch of giant parts together and don't even use standoffs or disconnects or anything and just let it go. Yeah, damn, this is just not getting the job done, you bastards. Not getting it done. We're going to need a lot more here. I'm trying to keep things simple, and it's too simple. Alright, fine. Fine. We are going back. This is obviously not successful. I'm going to go off camera for a minute here, slap a bunch of stuff together, see if we can't make ourselves a rocket that's actually going to break atmosphere with enough fuel left to get to the moon. Alright, I'll catch up to you guys in just a minute. Alright, darn it. We are going to the freaking moon one way or another. And here is our new attempt. A little bit more brute force. Basically this time forgetting all the standoffs and disconnects and all the traditional things that I do. I've just slapped these tanks together, and with these like that, I believe what it does is actually trying to form connections between all of these little things instead of a disconnect where you have a connection at one point. So this ends up being a lot more solid, and I've just got the little solid boosters just to try to help us get started. We've got the 5 of the gimbling engines down there. We're going to get rid of all of them. Saw me fix the staging there. That would have been most unfortunate. And then the same kind of upper stage deal that we had previously. So let's give this bad boy a try in 3, 2, 1, liftoff. Oops, still a little bit dicey there with the solid rocket boosters, but they are not going to stick around long. I put some fins on here to help control any spinning and kick those things might give us, and it seems to be doing the job. So I want the solid rocket boosters to give us a bit of a head start. Try to preserve some of the fuel in these, which hopefully nothing will break in the time before we disconnect those. See, that's given us quite a jump considering I'm only at half throttle. And the thrust on this rocket is not great. Okay, alright, that feels a lot more stable now that we got rid of those damn things. Okay, losing speed, let's throttle up. Alright, now we're accelerating again. Very good. These are looking a little bit wibbly there, unfortunately. Let's turn SAS off for a second. Maybe they'll, oh, well, hopefully it'll hold together. We'll just have to see. Oh, darn it. Alright, alright. I'm just gonna have to hope for the best, I guess. Maybe they don't, in fact, connect all at the base. They seem not to have done such a thing. Oh man, that's really weird. What the hell is going on with this rocket? Bob knows. Bob knows something's wrong. Come on, baby. Hold together. Come on. You can do it. Just long enough to deliver the stuff into orbit. Then you can fall back and break apart all that you want. Ooh, alright. I'm a little nervous maneuvering this thing. I'm afraid I'm going to, like, knock out the last bolt that's holding everything together. Ooh, oh. That actually... Oh, I was going to say it seemed to settle down a little bit. But that actually is not quite true. Alright, full throttle. Full throttle. Really? Going to full throttle caused it to settle down a little bit. Interesting. It seems like it should have made it worse. But okay, I will take that. Let's keep an eye on our stage fuel in case I need to have to disconnect while I'm in the map view. And that's starting to spread out nicely. Yeah, this is a much better looking launch profile. We want to get this nice and wide before we have to try to make an orbital insertion burn, as that burn then becomes a lot easier to accomplish. Okay. Come on, baby. Come on. Spread it out. Really, that out of context would sound would sound really dirty. But whatever. We're not focusing on that. We are going to get this into space. Get to like 80, so I have a little bit of room to work. Okay. Alright, we even have fuel left in the launch stage. I would like to preserve that middle stage for getting to the moon. Whew. Alright. Oh darn, it's still not as efficient as I would have liked. It's still a 800 meter per second burn. Oh well. So be it. Not much I can do about that. The stage, ooh, Bob's enjoying himself. It's not the flying, it's the maneuvering that he doesn't like. Okay, there we go. Going to be in space. Come on, come on. Fast forward. This is feels like it takes forever. I just want to find out if this is gonna work or not. Come on. All right. We are at the edges of space. Now we're gonna get down closer to our maneuver. All right. This is engineering without the tools. This is, I don't know how they did this in the actual real world early space program. This would have been extremely difficult. Oh, come on, get there. I'd like to get there on this stage. Not gonna happen though, not going to happen. Darn it. Okay. Not gonna happen this time. Alright, that's okay. Fire up the next stage and get there with most of that left. Oh, we're gonna need a little bit more altitude at the perigee. We got it. Okay, good. Alright, that's actually not bad at all for a result. We have most of the fuel still in that stage, so we can still go for the moon, which is great, because it would be embarrassing to continue to fail. Set as target. I'm not going to worry about the ascending, descending. We're not going for any particular place on the moon. We are just going to get out and at least do our flyby portion of our Explore the Moon mission. And we want to come up behind it. I guess it doesn't matter too much. Actually, you know what? That doesn't matter really, as long as we come up somewhere on the moon. We don't really have to get in behind it, as we are not going to have to come up and rendezvous with another ship. We can launch off in any direction we like. And that will do. That will do, I suppose. And we don't have to make that maneuver for another 20 minutes almost. So we're going to just fast forward it around at 50 times speed. Okay. And of course the vehicle's going to be dark because I have no landing lights or anything like that. I don't think I even have the technology to make lights. Although really it seems like a fairly obvious sort of thing. Yeah, I'm not sure why you would not be able to put lights on very early because it seems like that should be common terrestrial technology. Would not be that hard to adapt that for space. But whatever, whatever. We're going ahead. Let's get this down to about T minus 15 seconds or so. We should be seeing the moon creeping up over the horizon as we do this burn. Alright. Come on, fuel. I would love to use you for orbital entry at the moon as well. That would be great. I can't tell if it's going to beat the burn or not. Come on, let me with some fuel left. Well, better check the map, see how we're doing. Alright, let's ease the throttle off so I can make sure I don't pass this. Oh, uh-oh. I passed it a little bit, I think. Yep, I passed it just a little bit. We're going to have to take a little bit of speed off of this, which I will just do manually. We have a little bit of fuel left. That might be enough to get us a capture. I'm concerned about having enough fuel to land and return, but hey, let's face it, returning is actually not the mission. We can always just send the science back. Come on, give me a periapsis, please. Thank you. Let's get a little bit higher than that. Alright, that's perfect. Alright, moving out to the moon. Sweet. Even have a non-negligible amount of fuel left. Oh great, we can see it the whole way. This is going to be cool. Really, I should maybe do this from the map here. Let's get a good screenshot moment. Screenshot. Yay, the moon. We are coming to see you for the first time ever in Season 2. Alright, it's enough of that. Let's go zooming out there and see if we can't get us a landing. And then we'll worry about returning in the next episode. Okay, cool. Let's see. Fortunately now we are in the moon sphere of influence. It should not take that much delta V to change our orbit, and it does not. 300, it's not bad. It's a 8-second burn. We should be able to do that in this stage without too much difficulty. As soon as I get into some kind of stable-ish orbit, I'm going to go ahead and get us some science. Actually, you know what? Achieve orbit. We don't actually have the orbit yet, but we can still recover or transmit scientific data while we're in space around the moon. At least we could if we were at 1 times speed. So we'll go ahead and get mystery goo for 30 science. We'll do a crew report. We will keep that data. See, actually I might as well transmit that. That would give me part of my mission objective. Come on, do what I want. Review the report. Transmit the report. Now as soon as that's complete, that should give us part of our objective. Yeah, okay, so we've at least got that much. And I'll try to save this so that I can I'll do my EVA to recover it into the capsule a little bit later on when I'm not on my way to a maneuver. So we have at least part of it. We should definitely get the achieve orbit around the moon portion of this too. And the question is landing and recovering. I have a good feeling about landing. We'll see about recovery. Okay. Don't overshoot this burn. This is a fast one, and the timing is important. That's one of the nice things I will say about the interplanetary type missions is they're so long that your burns are so far from the target that you can just kind of like, just burn sometime within an hour of the the scheduled burn and you'll be fine. Not so with these. We have to be fairly precise in order to get what we want. Okay, okay. Okay, the sound changed on me. It freaked me out a little bit. It's like that shouldn't be out of fuel. Okay, and we have achieved orbit. If not quite the orbit I was going for. And why did that happen? It happened because we ran out of fuel. Ran out of fuel. Alright, so goodbye. We no longer need you. And I can't push you away with RCS because I don't have such a thing yet. I would really appreciate it if you would drift further away from me. You're making me nervous. Guess I can give this just the tiniest little burst of thrust. There we go. That'll move it away. Okay, so while we're here, should have recharged my batteries. Yeah, they're basically charged. Let's do a quick EVA. We'll get an EVA report. And try to get, can I reach that from here? I cannot. Alright, so I'm going to just do a little spacewalk over to recover that data. I just want to do it now rather than wait. Just in case I forget. It has been known to happen. And I don't want to worry about losing it on landing, so we're going to go ahead and collect the data. Did that work? Yes, apparently it worked. Okay, okay, come on. Come on, let's get there. Woo! Alright, made it. Whoa. Whoa, okay. Alright, good. We stored that. Excellent. Whew. Alright, and let's see. That crater looks like a good target. So that means if I lay in a little bit of a burn over here, we should come down low over the crater. Let's actually move that burn just a bit earlier. There we go. So that's more or less where we're going to go for landing. Whew. Alright. I kind of forgot, honestly, what this is like to try to fly by the seat of your pants. With very little parts and capability. And whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, fine controls. No, no, no! Don't turn on the engine, you jerk. Okay, what I wanted to do is hit caps lock for fine controls. Instead, I've added velocity to my freaking orbit, which is the exact opposite of what I would like to do. No, I guess I must have slowed it down a bit. So we went part way towards doing what we were about to do anyway. No big deal then. Okay, close enough, close enough. Alright, here is the point at which it is a good idea to do a quick save. And, oh, the notification showed up down there. Okay. I was like, did it not save? I was going to be very upset. Well, there's our vehicle. I was like, it's just dark. That's all. I was afraid we were lost. Had that glitch again where your vehicle doesn't show up. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Oh, that's very cool. Ha! I like that. Here. Boom. Cool. Eclipse. Solar eclipse caused by a space vehicle. All right, here we go. Let's get around, get into a landing position, and get this bad boy on the surface. And okay, coming up, coming up, coming up. See, how much is it going to take to get this down? Okay. All right, I'm just going to have to do this by the sights. No pressure or nothing. It's just Bob's life. Alright, so throttling on, and we should see that come down as it is, as it is. Alright, looking forward to throttle up. Sorry for doing this from the map view. I know it's not as cool to watch, but I do need to see what's going on. Okay. Very cool. I'm going to bring this down a bit more. See if I can't get us into this kind of area here in between the major craters anyway. That'll do for now. And now I can more or less fly from here. I'm going to leave the SAS mostly off, I think, for this. So let's see, we are passing over some of these significant interior craters, and our landing zone, that would be a great landing zone right there. Okay, I'll just have to keep an eye on it here. Let me do a little bit more of a retro burn, just to try to settle this in. And I want the course, I think, to kind of go into that crater, so as I do my last bit of a slowdown maneuver, I'll end up kind of dropping into this space here. Come on. Come on, stay with me. I can't zoom in any more than that. No. Well, okay. I'm just gonna go for the landing retro burn here and hope that that lands us kind of here instead of kind of there. Not a whole lot to do about it. It looks like it looks like it'll work out. Just keep us on a nice low throttle and keep an eye on the surface. Let's go ahead and do a landing gear test. They work. Very good. Oh, we have slowed down too much, actually. That was a waste of fuel. Waste of precious, precious fuel. Oh, and we should be in this crater. We should be close to zero. We'll be landing near the edge of that crater, it looks like. Should be near zero altitude. So we should have a good indication of when we're coming down. The sun will also help us out. It is very nearly directly overhead, so we should see our shadow underneath us fairly easily. Alright, let me get this descent rate under control. Alright, let's get this down. Let's get this under 50. Man, it's been so long since I landed on the moon. I had this down to a nice, you know, repeatable procedure at one point, and now I completely forget what that procedure was. Oh no, okay, I know I need to be slower than this though. Let's get down to like under 30 maybe. Alright. Ease it up. Easy it. Alright, alright. Let's let it descend at about this rate until we see a shadow that's going to tell us. Alright, it's going to be in this direction. Until we get a shadow that indicates that we're close. And then I can slow us down a bit more. Come on, Bob. Where's your shadow? Even that, you know, what you call it, the groundhog can spot his shadow. Where is it? Where is it? Are we still that high off the ground? I mean, we're at 3,000 meters. Can't be that far to the ground. Oh, there it is. There it is. I got a little bit of screen glare, which is not helping me. Okay. Stupid sun, I mean stupid actual sun that's causing me screen glare and making this harder. Alright, let's get this slowed down. Nice and easy, Bob. Nice and easy. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Woo! Yeah, nice job there, Bobo. Hey! Made it. And 32 fuel, I feel like that's going to be enough. I guess we'll find out. Since we're just going to shoot right back to Kerbin, there's no need to get really into a stable lunar orbit or anything, or a mooner orbit. But alright, we made it! Congratulations there, Bob. You are going to be the first Kerbin to set foot on another celestial body. So with that will be the end of this episode. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed watching Mr. Kerman here, Mr. Bob, who now loves it that he's safely landed on the moon and gets to add to his rock collection. If you enjoyed watching him come out and land on the moon with very few parts, then go ahead and like this video, comment in the comment section below, subscribe to my channel, and so forth. But for now, just thank you for watching, and have a good day.